everybody, Lisa Lee, small business owner of The Chi here. Welcome to The Chi's official first podcast. I am so excited to be here. I've been wanting to do this for so long. And in a way, I feel like I have resisted to do it for so long as well, because I felt like, well, I don't want to be the center of attention. This brand, it's not about me. I don't want to take up space. I want the product to speak for itself, and I want to highlight the people who are part of the community. But what I realized is that maybe in a way I was even hiding behind the brand, behind the products, behind the packaging, just hiding. And I don't know why. So this year I turned 40, and it's also the year of Wood Dragon, which means courage. So here we are, and I'm really excited to share more with you about what is the Chi, but really to demystify what it means when people say Asians don't reason. We don't get old because there are lots of things we do on a daily basis. I hope to share these ancient secrets that have been passed down for many generations through myself, my friends, and other people who are in the wellness space, where we can come together to learn, to heal, to nourish ourselves. To start, here's my personal story. I grew up in a really small coastal city northeast of Beijing called Liaoning, which is actually literally next to Korea. And I grew up eating all kinds of seafood because we had lakes, ocean, river, you name it. I had it as a child. And in addition to that, I also grew up with a single mom. And when she was working a full-time job, which was pretty much throughout my childhood, I spent most of my days with my grandma. And we used to have tea together. I think that was always such a healing and nourishing time for me that I'll forever cherish. My grandma passed away when I was in high school, but I still think of her all the time because she's such a kind and inspiring person in general. And she's someone that I look up to or think of all the time when I do anything. And I'm also a Pisces, meaning I get emotional. I just miss her. Anyway, I used to have tea with my grandma, and it used to be really special for me. And I moved to the US when I was 14. And it was actually the first time I had ever seen tea bags. And I remember how interesting are these little tea bag things that I have never ever seen in my life before when I was having tea with my grandma. But fast forward, I worked in fashion for 10 years. Actually, over 10 years if I count the retail jobs I had while I was in college. So a really long time. And I was really burned out. And when I was in my late 20s, I actually was not well. One day, all of a sudden, I started to throw up, can't keep any food down. I would lose 5 to 10 pounds in a span of 2 days. I was a little freaked out. So I went to the hospital, saw a doctor. He did a bunch of blood tests on me. And when the results came back, he called and said, "You have thyroiditis. I only have one solution for you, which is perform a surgery by removing your thyroids. And then to produce the missing hormone your thyroids produce, you will be putting on a pill, a hormone pill, for the rest of your life. one pill a day. Needless to say, I was upset and shocked and said, okay, thank you. Let me think about it. I thought, why? Why me? I was so young. And why am I getting this weird thyroid disease? Thyroiditis is a combination of hyper and hypo, meaning sometimes my heartbeat would be beating so fast that comes out of my chest. And that's when I lose like 5 to 10 pounds. But sometimes it's so slow, I would gain 20 pounds in a span of a week or something crazy like that. It was not normal and not okay. Anyway, lucky me, I grew up in China and knew that there are traditional Chinese medicine doctors who practice acupuncture and other modalities. I sought out a local practitioner in Boston. I was still living in Boston at the time. And he did acupuncture, gave me herbal teas, and did Tui Na massage on me. After about 2 weeks, I went back to the hospital, saw the same doctor again. He did more blood tests on me, and he called me back again and goes, I don't know what you did, but you are okay now. Your blood work came back normal. And my traditional Chinese medicine doctor cured me. He saved my thyroids. And that was such a pivotal moment in my life. I thought, wow, like how incredible is this? And I actually didn't know it at the time, but my best friend and her mom both had gone through the thyroid surgeries where they removed their thyroids and they're both still taking pills. And I felt really sad. And that's also when I realized, actually most people in America don't know that you have options. We have options. We have alternative, holistic healing practices that we can seek out no matter what you're going through in life. When it comes to diseases, illnesses, there is a way. And I think the biggest difference when it comes to Western medicine and Eastern medicine, and I don't share the story to say, oh, Western medicine, it's terrible, blah, blah, blah. No, that is not why I share it. The reason I share it is to say that maybe use them in conjunction. I think in our modern day lives, we need both. So for example, I was, diagnosed by the Western doctor, and then I went to the Eastern doctor and he cured me, because Eastern medicine is very much trained on the basis where a good doctor is someone you only have to see one time. So think about that. A good doctor is someone you only have to see once, meaning they did their job and they have cured you, where you don't have to go back to see him or her or them again. Well, Western medicine, I don't think they learn how to cure people. I mean, don't get me started on the big pharma and how hospitals are mega businesses where they are out to make money. They're not nonprofits. Their mission is not to cure people. Their mission is to make money. Big pharma companies, how do they make money? Well, to put you on a drug that you need, well, for the rest of your life, apparently, but not to cure you. If everybody cured you, how do they make any money? I share the story again because know your options. And that was the precursor, or basically the pivotal story in my life where I wanted to do something, where other people know they have options and know where they can go or what they can drink or eat that is more nourishing, that's more healing. It's actually about preventative care. I think everything I do, everything I think about, everything that we offer as a brand, a product, it does multiple things. It's not only, and I think that is actually the secret of Asians Don't Reason, why we might look young or younger a lot of the times. You can say it's genetics, but what makes up genetics? Generations of maybe doing similar things or eating and drinking similar things, for one. Anyway, this is all to say that Eastern medicine is about curing, healing, and preventing, where you don't get sick. Well, Western medicine a lot of times is about how to stop the symptoms, whether that is if you're in pain, how to stop the pain, basically putting band-aids on a wound. Sometimes it's helpful, but sometimes it might be missing something that's much bigger that is happening in your body or bubbling in your organs or underneath the surface. I wanted to share it because I think it's important to know, and that's why we're here. And it's not until a few other years, because I didn't actually launch the Qi about 5 years ago when I was 35 years old. And this year I'm 40. We've been around for 5 years, and I'm just really excited to share more. And speaking of the Qi, the name, the podcast is called What's the Qi? And it's a fun play on the name, and also what does it mean to be well? What does it mean to heal? What does it mean to be nourished? What does it mean to be joyful? What does it mean to be happy? So all these different things. So Qi, the word itself, Qi or Chi, Qi is the traditional Chinese spelling of the word or character Qi. Chi is sort of the American word. It's like Beijing or Peking. They mean the same thing, but one is sort of the English spelling, one is just what they actually call themselves or how they spell in China. And what it means, life energy or frequency or vibration. It's actually a really difficult word to translate or interpret because it can mean a lot of different things in English. And there is a story. The reason why I named this flower tea brand the Qi is because there is an ancient story that when a plant is at the peak of its life and when it flowers, the fruit of this highest peak Qi is actually the flower. The flower is the fruit of Qi, of the plant life. How beautiful, how incredibly beautiful is that? And when we drink flowers, when we see flowers, when we smell flowers, when we surround ourselves by flowers, why do you think we're always so happy? Why do you think flowers bring us so much joy? There are many studies done here in America about how flowers make people happy. Well, this is the Eastern philosophical story about flowers and why I named our brand the Qi. So I just wanted to share that story. And if you have any other questions, comments, and things you want us to talk about, to share on the podcast, please comment, please subscribe, please reach out to us. I want to interview many other wellness practitioners or wellness people to bring on the podcast. And if you know someone you've been dying to learn more from, let us know, and we would love to reach out to her, him, them. In the meantime, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're feeling rested. I hope your day is joyful and happy, and you are at peace with whatever that is happening in your life. Sending you so much infinite flower Qi.